Hey, try again.
Welcome to the Shreveport Connection. I am Stevie Future.
And I'm Tommy.
And this is our edition of the house show that happened here tonight at the Hirsch Colliseum in Shreveport, Louisiana. Justin Roberts came out and announced, did the national anthem. We all looked up at the flag, paid our respects. And then he was handed a card with paper on it saying that John Cena was not going to be in the
Right.
So about 30 to 40 fans walked out, and they were on the floor.
And they were offered refunds.
They were offered full refund. And the Battle Royal was first, which I'm not surprised that it was first.
And you want to tell everybody who all
it was for the WWE Championship match later on the night against The Miz.
Go through all 22 guys that were in it? There were actually 25 guys?
Yeah, actually. Well, there was a couple of guys that haven't been on TV, like Percy Watson.
Percy Watson was in it.
But the normal people, all of Nexus, former and current members.
Yep.
You also had Sheamus, John Morrison, Ezekiel's a part of Nexus.
He was in it. SmackDown Nexus.
Drew McIntyre.
Yep, he was in it. R-Truth.
R-Truth.
Alberto Del Rio.
Yes.
Of course, John Morrison. Kofi Kingston, Ted DiBiase Jr.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes.
It was
Who didn't last very long.
It was a SmackDown and Raw, basically.
Super show.
And the winner was John Morrison, basically.
Yep.
Mark Henry was the second to last face, and then he got eliminated by Wade, and then.
Yep. Wade, Justin, and David. Take it back. Wade, Justin, and Heath Slater came in to the match at the very last when it got down to like 5 guys.
Actually, like 3. Because they just
well, you count them 3 and Mark Henry and
they had
John
just
Morrison.
eliminated somebody, and then those 2 guys come in, and Mark Henry headbutts them both and throws them out, and then Wade Barrett throws him out,
okay,
and then John Morrison comes and throws him out.
All right.
So, next match was for the United States Championship match. It was Daniel Bryan versus Ted DiBiase Jr.
With Maurice.
Daniel Bryan
and the Bella Twins.
So, pretty good match. Pretty much a back and forth. Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Both of them got their sets in, move sets.
Yep. And DiBiase mooned the world.
He was messing around with Daniel, and Daniel had him on the ground, and Daniel just pulled up, and you got to see his whole butt. I mean, it was not PG.
The old classic Ric Flair type.
Classic Ric Flair move. Yeah. He eventually, Teddy went in for his Dream Street, I believe, and he countered into the LaBelle lock. And he actually did it correctly this time. Normally he botches it, but he didn't.
Yep.
And everybody was telling him tap, and eventually he just, I can't take anymore. And he won. Then the next match was surprisingly just a singles match that they've been showing on Superstars and SmackDown, which is R-Truth versus Alberto Del Rio.
Yep. It was a surprise because a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Rey Mysterio, but due to his half injury, they took him off of tonight's show.
Yeah, they took him off the card, just like John.
Yep.
And Randy. Randy's having
again your main talent. When you take him off the show, it's not worth the money going.
Yeah, that's why people left. Alberto Del Rio versus R-Truth. R-Truth kind of botched some of his entrance a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
But
what's up, music?
But when he got down to it, it was correct for what he did. They worked like they did on SmackDown, which they worked on his arm, pretty much, and then Alberto eventually got him to tap out to his armbar finisher. Alberto's pretty good at the slaps. I noticed that a lot of his kicks were landing pretty well.
They also did his special.
He cut his promo.
Insecurity kick to the corner.
Yeah, he cut his promo pretty well too afterwards.
Afterwards, that was funny.
Yeah.
He got into it with Rick, the WWE sign guy.
We got to meet that guy and took pictures. We will be posting them very soon after. He took Rick the sign guy, and then we told him, I started the chant saying, give it back. And then after he gave it back, he tore it up and said, I gave it back.
And he got another sign and went to the ring.
Yep.
I made a comment saying, can you read?
He got pretty good heat. He didn't get the biggest heat in the night. He probably got the 3rd highest heat in the night.
With Vicky Guerrero, she wasn't there.
Yeah.
She would have got the biggest heat of them all.
Yeah, and then the next match was for the Unified Tag Team titles.
Yep.
You had Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov versus the Nexus members, which was Husky Harris and David Otunga.
Yep.
David Otunga, they worked over Kozlov for a little while.
David Otunga is afraid of this.
Well,
His
to
family, every
start,
time
to
he brought it
start
up.
the match, Santino kept doing the Cobra, and everybody,
Teasing the Cobra.
teasing the Cobra at the beginning. They worked over Kozlov for most of the match. And eventually he got the hot tag to Santino, and Santino did his set list, his headbutt, monkey flip, into the Cobra. And that was it, and then they won. Then I believe the next match was The Miz with the WWE Championship match between John Morrison and the WWE Champion, The Miz. To be honest with you guys, The Miz and John Morrison were not as big as I thought they were in person. Alex Riley was pretty massive. Alex Riley was bigger than The Miz, which was kind of fun.
Yep. I've seen him in person too.
The Miz was probably not much bigger than me. Probably about just a little bulkier.
Yeah. Alex was actually your size.
Yeah, just taller.
Yep. He's the same size, height-wise.
Yeah. So pretty mad. I was pretty disappointed on how big The Miz was. He was pretty small.
Yeah. Should I go after the match, or
go
straight to the end?
The match was pretty long.
It was.
Between them two, pretty long match. I was enjoying it. The heat back and forth was pretty nice.
Yep. Classic Joe Mo.
Yeah, John Morrison. He usually gets beat up halfway through the matches, and he comes back and does his miracle stuff. But in the end, they don't change hands on house shows. So
exactly.
in the end, Miz won the match for the skull crushing finale.
Yep. After the match, was that?
They tried to beat him up.
Alex Riley.
Alex Riley and the Miz jumped him after the match, and then
Miz took
the Faces made the save, which was Santino, Vladimir, R-Truth, and Mark Henry.
Yep, and they all took
and
out
believe
Alex
it or not,
Riley.
Hornswoggle came out.
Yeah. From underneath the ring, he's been there all day long, and we got there as soon as they opened the doors.
And he did his frog splash after everybody did their moves on him. And then, to end the first Raw segment, they had a 8-tag team Divas match. Wow.
8-woman.
WWE, that was a squash match. That wasn't even anything.
Ding, ding, ding. Special announcement for the Raw GM.
They're going to have a dance-off.
The match was a dance-off.
It was Eve Torres, Beth Phoenix, Natalya, and Kelly as the Faces versus Alicia Fox, Rosa Mendez, Maurice, and Layla. Which, in person, all those females are toothpicks.
Yes,
I thought they were much more attractive than that, but they were small.
They were attractive, but they're toothpicks. Like I was saying.
If they were on TV like that, and they looked like that in real life, that'd be worth it.
Yeah, I made a homemade poster of Sheamus, speaking of which. I call him the Q-tip on fire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He looks exactly like that because he's so white.
And then after the...
back to the Divas.
Yeah, the Divas, it was probably, 2-3 minutes long?
Yeah. The dance-off was like 4 minutes,
and
2 minutes apiece.
Then they started fighting each other, and then...
The best dancer for the heels was Rosa. Her little Mexican hat dance.
Her little dance was sexy.
And then Beth Phoenix didn't want to dance for the Faces.
But they slapped her on the butt.
They slapped her on the butt. And the crowd goes wild over that.
She was mad too. She looked at he was like, "What the heck are you doing?" Which it's all a part of the show, guys.
Yeah.
They all did their finishers, and then Rosa thought she was the final one.
The Raw GM came back on there and then said something else. I forgot. I couldn't hear from all the crowd around me. There was some type of announcement made, and then they went into a match.
They said the referee was supposed to get in.
Oh yeah,
the referee.
Now the referee wanted to get in.
The referee did a little dancing. But the Faces won.
Started off with a fake running man.
Yeah. Beth Phoenix hit Rosa Mendez with her glam slam and finished it.
Yep. And she got the win for.
And then after that, it was intermission.
Yep.
And then for about 15 minutes, the crowd goes black again, and out comes the new Nexus, CM Punk, or as everybody was calling him,
Puke.
Straight
edge Nexus, put it that way.
No, they were all calling him CM Sucks because of John Cena.
Because of John Cena.
And I started that chant. as well. I said CM sucks, and then all of a sudden all the kids, I hear the kids.
The kids behind me, they were just saying, every time they said CM, they're going to say sucks.
Yeah. He had a match against Mark Henry because John Cena didn't show.
I've got some pictures of it. I'll be posting on my MySpace account of what happened after that match went black. In other words, what happened is
Mark Henry got hurt.
Yeah, Mark Henry probably did get hurt. After the whole entire show was over, there was like fire trucks and ambulances carrying people out. So there might have been something that happened backstage. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows the truth.
And well, what I was talking about is what happened is
CM Punk,
got into with a kid in about the 6th row at ringside.
After the match.
After the match was over, the kid slapped him not once, not twice, the 3rd time. And then CM Punk got mad enough, he was just went to grab the kid, and the guy's parents' dad, the dad was got into it with him, and nothing was done after that.
Well, because CM Punk actually engaged.
Put his hands on a fan.
Put hands on his fan, and when you do that, that fan has the right to defend himself.
And the his Nexus guys were just standing there watching, wasn't doing nothing with him.
Well, that's CM Punk's character. He just really is a jerk.
Well, he could have at least protected the fans. Say, hey, fans, stand, like I said, heel character. Like I said,
he stays in character very well. CM Punk got probably.
It was a security guard at that Hirsch Colliseum was not doing the job at all.
They kept making me sit down when I couldn't see, so it was kind of a bunch of crap.
That's a right say they had when they put car in the fans, the subject to sand.
Okay, CM Punk won the match somehow because I think
he didn't even use his go to sleep at all.
He couldn't pick up the 400-pound Mark Henry. That wasn't going to happen, buddy.
He attempted something into the corner. That could have been it.
Yeah.
It's like a running splash or whatever, but he didn't use a knee.
He did a couple of things that hurt him, I think, and then eventually just pinned him and it was over with.
Yeah.
And then Dolph Ziggler.
Of course, Nexus, all the Nexus guys were getting a little piece of action too. They were getting involved.
They were all helping him. But
Michael McGillicuddy, was he even in the Rumble itself?
Yes, he was.
Because other than that, he didn't come out for nothing else but that.
All of Nexus was out there for the Rumble, except for those guys in the end. Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. I got some good pictures of Dolph when he was on the ring apron where we were at.
Yeah, I got a couple of them too, but somehow my pictures all turned black.
I got some good pictures of Kofi. Kofi's a lot smaller than I thought he was. He wasn't much bigger than me. Dolph is actually
height-wise. Yeah.
Height-wise, he's not much bigger than me, but that's why he can fly around the ring so well.
Because I'm 5'11", and I'm taller than most of the talent that was out there tonight, other than a few guys that are listed as 6'9", being Kane, who's only like 6'2" or 6'3".
Yeah, he's probably about 6'4", 6'5". But anyways.
Because the dude the fans beside me, he's 6'5".
The fans were on every move of Kofi Kingston.
I was standing straight up like looking at the fans.
He had the crowd. He
should have been in the ring.
He had the crowd on his fingertips every moment. Every time he did the boom drive or the booms, the crowd was right there. Kids were right there with him.
I was right there. It was like, boom, squad up.
Yeah. Every time he did the boom, 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 the crowd was right there. I had
my poster boom squad and with the arrow pointing up and the hands were going like this.
It was tit for tat every time he moved. Yep. The crowd was just right with him. He didn't hit the Trouble in Paradise the first time, but Dolph came in for a counter and did not a lot of flashy moves, but he did his jumping off the turnbuckle into a cross body, which that's always nice.
It was like an airborne special, but a body press.
He just started doing that, so because Dolph has to jump up and catch him, so he doesn't get hit. Because Kofi could kill himself.
So it's like a mid-air splash.
Yeah. But
he landed perfectly.
He did the SOS. He landed the Trouble in Paradise the second time, and I think he literally kicked Dolph in the face, but Dolph was just dizzy afterwards. Yeah,
because he was barely making it to the back. It was like 2 referees had to catch him.
I think he was.
From my seats,
I think he might have been hurt.
10 rows further, right before they get to the curtain, he was walking to the fans, where the railing. He fell, hit the guardrail, and bounced back onto the floor. And the referees were helping him back to the back after that.
I think he
might have hurt himself there.
Yeah, he might have hurt himself a little bit. Kofi won the match with Trouble in Paradise.
Yep.
And then the last match of the evening, well, they announced, thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
We will be back soon.
We will be coming back to Shreveport. Unknown
as
yet.
far as I'm concerned, you'll need to bring your face.
The arena has a roof leak in it, folks. There was a warning. It was beginning to flood inside the building.
There was like 6 spots where it was in the roof. Where
from the railing, the brick railing, cement, brick, cement. This is an older Colosseum from the olden days. And the railing, there was water from the railing all the way up to the first row of seats for fans to sit in.
Yep, and the final match of the evening was
a main event,
which was Kane versus
Edge,
the World Heavyweight Champion. And the fans, it was a fan match.
Yeah, fan favorite match. They didn't get to the third one at all. They just stuck with the second one, second choice.
They tried. It was either a street fight.
The street fight is what was chosen. That was your second one. It was supposed to have been Falls Count Anywhere, which was not announced.
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 falls count. 1 out of 3.
2 out of 3 falls count, and then the street fight. That's what they chose.
And the street fight was so loud when he said it that
they didn't even go for it. The Falls Count Anywhere would have been the same thing.
They went to. They left the ring and went down the ring entrance.
Yep.
That's where they went to, all the way back.
All the way back to where I was sitting.
So he got
2 or 3 rows. I got to see it right there.
I was wondering if he would actually come back there.
There was a specific fan that was sitting right beside me. He wasn't allowing the people to come by and at least get a handshake. He complained about he paid the ticket price, well, so did I.
And we all paid ticket prices.
But he let the little kids go by. But,
we had.
I challenged the guy to a match in the ring. He didn't want to take it.
Yeah, because he knew he would have lost. Because he'd have to deal with the Shreveport connection.
I could have took the guy on by myself, as old biker type guy.
Anyways, the show was 3 hours. Biggest pops of the night was The Miz.
Yeah, when you call it Miz as a pop or heel face.
Biggest pop of the heels was The Miz.
Biggest heat for the heels.
And then Alberto Del Rio, and then you had CM Sucks. Those are the 3 that got the most heat. I believe it was CM Sucks that got the most heat.
Back to the main event. Did we even talk about the
Edge won the match with a spear.
Edge won the match with a spear, but there was he tried the concerto in the match. Kane moved out of the way prior to that. There was kendo sticks used, and
he kicked out of
chairs out of the other one.
Kicked out of his finisher, the choke slam.
Yeah, the choke slam and tombstone pile driver attempt.
And that was counted into an execution.
Yeah, the choke slam right on the chair.
Yeah, he counted into execution.
Yeah, counted into the execution.
He got the spear off, but not the way he'd hoped for, but he got it off and won the match.
Yep.
And Edge was probably the most interactive fan of the whole.
Yep. Went around shaking hands with the fans, taking pictures with the fans too.
Yeah, so.
Something he used to not do.
Yeah.
When he was previous champion.
Thank you, Edge, for being that way. I'm disappointed that John Cena didn't show up, and Randy Orton.
We're glad you turned face this time around too.
And the biggest faces of the company were not there. I was majorly disappointed. I knew the Undertaker was going to be there because he's injured.
Yeah, he's injured.
But for John Cena, Randy Orton, and the Big Show to not be there, and Rey Mysterio, their biggest stars not to be there. When they were at the other ones, when they were at the other shows, it was a disappointment.
And that will end our results for the Super Show here in Shreveport.